wonderful morning to you all, my dear little boys and girls. Really, we are learning a different kind of school. The speaker of the story or the narrator really visited or reached at the school for visiting and understanding the system they followed in the school. Okay, then he was asked, the narrator was asked by Miss Beam, what do you see through the over window? At the time he replied, he sees some very beautiful grounds and some jolly children, happy children, joyful children. But he said the reality that when he saw some girls having difficulty or some problems on their eyes because their eyes were bandaged, that made him sad. At the time, Miss Beam laughed. She laughed. Oh no, she said, she is not really lame. This is only her lame day. The others are not blind either. It is only their blind day. No, no, dear sir. Really, the girl is not really the lame. Lame means the person who is unable to walk. This is only her lame day, the day when she has to act as or work as a lame people or crippled one. Really, she is not a lame girl. Okay. The others are not blind children. Really, that day was their blind day. The day when they have to bandage or their eyes and walk like blind people. Okay. Then I must have looked very surprised, for she laughed again. The speaker or the narrator really got surprised having seen Miss Beam laughed again and again, saying, what? No, they are not really the blind children, they are not really the what? They are not really crippled personalities or children. That is their day to be so. To make themselves aware or understand the feeling of blind people, the feeling of crippled ones. Okay. This is very important part of our system. Then Miss Beam explained that this is a very important part of the system of teaching. This system of teaching to make our children appreciate, to make our children grateful or thankful or to view as valuable. To view as valuable and understand misfortune, understand the bad luck or unluck people. They have to understand or to view as valuable the feeling of what retarded people or differently abled people. Okay, that is the reason why they include this kind of a system of teaching. We make them share in misfortune too. We make the teachers or their system of teaching really make the children share in misfortune, share in what bad luck or sadness. We make them share in misfortune too. Each term, every child has one blind day. Each term, then in our school academic year will be divided into two terms, first term, second term. Now we are going to face the first term examination or half examination. So and like here in the school, she said that each term, each and every child has one blind day. One lame day. Lame day means what? The day the child cannot walk, unable to walk. Then one lame day, one deaf day. Deaf means what? Unable to hear. Then one injured day and one dumb day. Dumb day means what? Unable to speak. Each and every term, each and every student has this kind of disabled day in their academic. During the blind day, their eyes are bandaged. During the blind day, their eyes are bandaged by the blindfold. absolutely, and they are on their honor not to peep. During the blind day, their eyes were bandaged. Absolutely means what? Completely, entirely. Okay, their eyes were completely bandaged or covered with bandage, and they are on their honor not to peep. Really, they are very honored or honest ones, and they would not peep. Peep means what? To look secretly, to look through secretly. They would not peep because what? They want to keep their honor also, their respect also, their good qualities also. That is why the children automatically what not be ready to peep. Okay, the bandage is put on overnight, so they wake blind. When their eyes were bandaged, their eyes will be bandaged overnight or during the night. What is the reason? To wake up being blind. In the morning they will wake up being blind. From the or on morning onwards they have to have what they want to have the help of others. They want to have the help of others from the beginning of the day or in the very early morning. Okay, that is why their eyes were or their eyes are bandaged during the night or in the night. Okay, this means that they need help with everything. Other children are given the duty of helping them. Other children, they would be or what? They are given the duty of help the blind children at the day. Blind children means what? The children, their eyes are the bandaged in a special day. That day they will be considered as what? Blind people, blind pupil or the children. So there are some other students they will be given the duty to help the blind ones. Okay. Then and leading them what? Around the school, around the ground or the compound of the school. They all learn so much this way. This is the way how they learn much and much about the misfortune and the feeling of blind people, the feeling of dumb people or deaf and lame or handicapped one. This is the way how they learn. Okay, both the blind and the helpers learn much and much. The helpers can learn the way how they can help other people. Okay, they will try their level best to help the blind people, so they can understand the way how to help others. And the blind people also, the blind children also understand the feeling of blind men and how they suffer to move forward. Understood? So this is the way how the students know and understand their feelings, the feelings of differently able people. There is no misery about it. There is no sadness about it, or difficult about it, or problem about it. Miss Beam continued. She went on her explanation about their system. Everyone is very kind, and it is really something of a game before the day is over, though even the most thoughtless child realizes what misfortune is. There is no misery, there is no problem, there is no complaint, there is no sadness. Miss Beam continued. Every is Everyone is very kind in our school. Every child is very kind-hearted one. It is really something of a game. The children takes these exercises, this method or the system of teaching really as a game. They take it as a game. Before the day is over, before the day is over or completed, even the most thoughtless people, most thoughtless means the children, those that having what such a kind of feelings, the feelings or empathy to about others, they also realizes, they also understood they also what find what misfortune is. They can also understand what the misfortune is, what the unluck is, what the disableness is. Okay. The blind day is, of course, really the worst. That is what the opinion of Miss Beam. What she said, the blind day is, of course, or certain. Of course means what, certain or sure. Really the worst day. Blind day is the worst day. But some of the children tell me that the dumb day is the most difficult. But some people, some children really felt that what dumb day is most difficult day. We cannot bandage, we cannot cover the children's mouth, so they really have to exercise. In the dumb day, the children, this particular children should not speak any single word. So it is very difficulty. Then we cannot bandage the mouth of the children. So it is very most difficult one. Then so they really have to exercise. So they actually have to exercise or must exercise or practice their willpower. Willpower means what? The steady ability to carry one's own wish. The steady or constant or unchangeable strength of will to carry one's wish. Okay, that is what willpower. Come into the garden and see for yourself how the children feel about it. Then really the Miss Beam invite the narrator to the garden and see for yourself how the children feel about it. Then she really want to make the narrator feel or realize himself watching the children in the ground. Miss Beam led me to one of the bandaged girl. Then Miss Beam led or directed or guided or took him to one of the bandaged girl, and Miss Beam told the girl, "Here is a gentleman come to talk to you," said Miss Beam, and left us. She really departed us, letting me talk with that bandaged girl, the girl whose eyes were bandaged. Okay. Don't you ever peep at the time? Narrator asked the girl, "Don't you ever peep through this bandage?" At the time, the girl replied, "Oh no!" exclaimed, "That would be cheating. Really, I am very what honest girl. If I peep through the bandage, that will be what cheating." But I had no idea it was so awful to be blind. But I had no idea it was so awful. Awful means what? So bad to be blind. You can see a thing, you cannot see anything, and you feel you are going to be hit by something very every moment. You feel what you are going to hit or collide with something each and every moment. It is such a relief just to sit down. It is such a relief just to sit down, having been what blind child or children. Okay. Are your helpers kind to you? Then he wanted to know whether the helpers is very merciful to her. I asked. The narrator or the storyteller asked the girl. Fairly, beautiful. Okay, well, they are very kind-hearted ones, but they are not as careful as I shall be. But they cannot be more careful than me. I will be very careful at the time when I get the chance to help other blind child or by blind children. Okay, those that have been blind already are the best helpers. Then she said that those that have been blind people already are the best helpers, because what they could understand their own feelings. They could understand how much they are people, or how much blind men want or need what help. So the real blind people are the best helpers. It's perfectly ghastly not to see. It perfectly ghastly means what? Terrifying, horrible not to see. I wish you would try. Okay. not to see. It is very ghastly, it is very horrifying or horrible thing not to see anything in the life. Okay, I wish you would try. Then the girl said, what, it is better to understand the difficulty of blind people by what, trying yourself, by trying yourself as what, a blind one. Shall I lead you anywhere? I asked. At the time he asked, shall he has or whether he should lead that girl into any place, any directions. Okay, then it is the time to wind up our class. Yes, you have to learn, you have to watch and listen very carefully this portion and be ready to listen our live class. Okay, fine. Bye.